Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to start on the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Gotchard. So, yeah, I know people feel like I'm delaying on the rider stuff, but that's not the case. Because of all the super delicate parts, I try to get to things when I can or when I want to mod stuff. I've been taking more time to enjoy Kamen Rider in private, and for that, you guys probably feel depraved. So, even though my rider stuff gets no views, I love still making it, and that's what means a lot to me. So let's get to it. Here we are with Gotchard, looking really beautiful with this chrome. It's ridiculous how nice this came out, and I feel like that's what warranted the crazy price tag. But with it being all this nice, I still have some gripes, like mine's. Ooh, excuse me. Mine in the belt area has a few gripes with the fitting of it, but otherwise it's really nice. And the scarf mechanic is not to my ideal liking, especially because it's not posable and it's going to get in the way, especially when you want to do some cool poses. Even the neck design, it's really crazy because the neck design is that you can pull it really far up. Like, look at that. That is something brand new that they've introduced, and that's because it's supposed to allow for better articulation and mobility. But you still can't look all the way down, but you will look great doing a rider kick, which, you know, is equally important, especially when you get certain poses. So that's one of the things that they've introduced, and it's crazy because when you look at it, right, and then you push it back down, because you'll try to push back down in place, you can get some nice corner action for some design mobility where it makes it look really, really cool. Just like right here, where it looks like, see, I would love for that to fold out so it looks like it's going in the wind, but it's a shame that it's not doing that. So now that SHF Upgrade has announced an upgrade part, I'm very excited for that. But as far as the rest of my mobility on the body, it's really, really nice. As you can see, I did the pull-out method on the arm. You got a little bit of pull-out. We can hit a T-pose, looking ever so beautiful. The hand formation is really nice for the regular hands. We do have a bicep swivel. We are double jointed. It doesn't look like as much, but depending on how you fold, if you want to fold further in and then go up, you actually get a much better range of motion. In our upper torso, we actually have that like inverted ball joint, not like a sliding mechanism. So as you can see, you can get a lot of mobility there. That with the upper range head peg will give you a lot of range. We do have drop downs, as you can see here. That means even though with this part right here, you'll be able to lift your leg up to 90 degrees. If you don't use the drop down, you can still get 90, well, no, that looks about 80 degrees. That's not 90. So let's be real there. Then we have a thigh swivel. And then we have a beautiful double joint. And this looks beautiful with this chrome mechanism here. And I know everybody's worried about fingerprints, but I'm a dummy, so I don't give a shit. And that's just one of the things that works for me. But I know it's going to bother a lot of people. And it should, because you know, but from what I'm finding with all of my friends, it seems to be somewhat scratch resistant, but in fingerproof resistant to a degree. So that's pretty good. Then we have some really good ankle pivot because it does a slight pull-out method, right? And works its way in. And it doesn't look like much, but it does get a nice little bit of movement. So that means if we wanted to do a crouching rider pose, let's see how we would look. Yeah, we actually look really, really good here. I like this. He looks beautiful in lighting. Looks really, really nice. So with that being said though, let us get ready to jump into our accessories so we can talk about what we're gonna get with him. I'm actually gonna pull the head up a bit so we can get a little bit. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Beautiful. Let's take this down, right? Now we can do a little elbow drop, look really cool. I really wish that scarf moved a little better. So yeah, looks nice. Let's get into the accessories, guys. All right, now let's talk about accessories. Here we are with one of our main weapons. You only get one with this form, but I'm assuming with all the P-Bandai DLC that they've been doing lately for figures like this, seems like that's what we'll be getting. Here we are with our main weapon, the blaster. Forgot the name of it at this point in time. There are no Kimi cards, so you don't have to worry about losing tiny cards. As you can see, we have our open, relaxed fist there. And, oh, I didn't mean to say fist, our open, relaxed hands. And then here we are with actual closed fist, showcasing these, right? Then we will get some pointing hands. And there I have buttermilk's like hair stuck right under my nail. There we are with some pointing hands. I don't know if you guys heard previously, but he was screaming at me in the background. Then we have some open action hands. And then we will get the hands for holding our said item. In case you want to see what that's like, so it can be ambidextrous for the left or the right. There you go. And that about covers our accessories. It is a basic entry to the figure, and you already know how it goes with the main rider. There will be upgrades later. Now, with that being said, let's jump into the size comparison, compare them out with other Reiwa riders, as well as some other lines. And I've really now considered this because I've talked about it a lot. All Spider-Man villains fit for almost all Kamen Rider villains. They can be substituted. I know, but that's my hot take. I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking by what I said. All right, let's get into the size comparison. I pushed the head all the way down to make sure we're good to go. Also, I want to note that if you're not paying attention and you leave it not fully like this, you're gonna have to reheat ever so slowly in this area to prevent puncture wounds. That's something I didn't notice before until I sat down with him again. So I just want to add that in there. So here we are with Geets and Revice, or Revi, because he's by himself, but Revice is the name of the series, so you know. And here we are with him next to them. Now, I do not mind him being slightly different in size, because that lets me know that all these guys are different sizes, especially because Saber is incredibly tall. So this really does work for me as we get to see the differences in them. I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, I like it. Lots of different stuff for different riders. I like when stuff is the same but also different. Like little things like that do matter to me. Now, when you want to compare to some domestic lines, here we are with a G.I. Joe Recondo 6-inch figure. And as you can see, rider stuff used to be incredibly small. Now it's a little bit bigger. And I should have found one of my older riders so we can see the difference. I didn't think about that. I'll try to add a photo at the end. And here we are with a Valaverse. Well, this is a kit bash, but yeah. I love this guy. So here we are with those guys. Right? When we take away our military style figures and we aim for something a little different, I chose the Marvel Legends new Jack-O-Lantern. It is a newer body on that Vulcan body, but more importantly, I like the style of it. And like I said, I feel like Spider-Man villains work really well for Kamen Rider villains. They may not be on the supernatural side, but Jack-O-Lantern, depending on which one you are, technically is on the supernatural side. So, you know, if he gets punched with some rider powers, it works. Here we are with Gork the Orc from Mythic Legions. He's one of my kit bashes. Shout out to Big G. And here we are with Gork the Orc. And I feel like this could also work. There's nothing wrong with them being kaijin. So if they're a little bigger, that totally works out. And as we remove these two, next up, we have my main man, Ichigo, on the Mezco side. So here we are. Now, if you want to do something a little different, like you want to go with the idea of like some Kamen Rider stuff versus Street Fighter, because I just finished the Bison review a few days ago. Here, he's still out. So here we are with our Jada Toys M Bison. So yeah, that about wraps up this nice and sweet and homey review. I do appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoy the cool rider photos at the end. And, you know, rider kick your enemies, you know, because sometimes they deserve it. It may be for happiness, it may be for peace, but it's always for water. But no, please, make sure you're being good to yourself. You're being good to others. Try to be kind and empathize with those where you can, you know. Try. Take a second to slow down. So as always, please, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.